Ladies and gents and every other gender out there, for 8 years there has been a specific Terraria mod that I've been a huge fan of called Ancients Awakened. And I made this video to talk about the history of it. So be sure to grab a bucket of popcorn and get comfy. Let's time travel to 2018, where the story starts. Back when two Terraria fans created Ancients Awakened. And of course, whenever you're making a project, you always need like a development team who have great skills. And that's exactly what these two did. They found people who had great music and art skills. And don't forget coding, because coding is very important for mods. And I don't know why, but for some reason, music is what gets everyone's attention to find out about these mods. I just read the wiki, and then suddenly I'm just kissing the of Ancients Awakened. So the mod had officially released on July 1st of 2018, and it got its first update right the day after. And then a few days after that update, they added one of their most iconic bosses ever, the Grips of Chaos. Then a few weeks after, they made the Chaos is Approaching update. Then a few days after that, they finally released the Chaos update. And then around October, they released the Void and Gods of Time update, where we finally get to see some characters from the lore. And then around the end of the year, they added 2 bosses related to the Chaos biomes. And I think that's all for 2018. Now it's time to move to 2019. Because in 2019, Ancients Awakened was added to the mod browser. And in the following month, they added the Infinity Stones to the mod. LOL. And then halfway through the year, they had 2 updates. Then around the end of the year, they had prepared themselves for a big update. Also, if you haven't noticed yet, they're using a 0-point number system. But that all changed in April 12th, 2020, when they released 1.0 Perfect Chaos Uprising. One of the best updates in the mod. Also, this was actually the last major update before some drama happened and Ancients Awakened died. But I wasn't part of the community when this happened, so we're not going to talk about that. But then the community decided to take control and rebuild the mod from scratch. Like, if you compared both versions of Ancients Awakened, you will see some drastic differences. Now we should move on to 2021. There was an AA fan named Scoper who was really into music and decided to make his first AA track. And eventually, after making a few other tracks, he became a developer for Ancients Awakened. He had a 5-year plan of making Ancients Awakened songs, and during these 5 years, I took a break from Ancients Awakened. And let me tell you, there was a bunch of stuff that happened while I was away. One of these things was a spin-off, quote unquote, of the old AA, and this was called Awakened Light. But we're not going to talk about that either. Now we should move on to around 2025 and 2026. Because in October 1st, 2025, Scoper had officially announced that he took initiative and is now the current director of Ancients Awakened. Good for him. Like, that's very lucky.
So now I'm actually gonna try playing Ancients Awakened. Alright, I'm gonna spawn in the Grips of Chaos first. Whoa! Oh. Oh, ow! Doom scrolling. Yeah, the big old looking at tree. sacrifice.
Was that a gator?
So I think the water is poison. They should really add like some sort of like poison diving helmet. I don't know what that is. You know, the one problem I have with AA is like, how is the like vanilla classic Terraria lore gonna fit into the AA lore? So yeah, I think they're gonna add another boss in the future, cause this definitely looks like an area to fight a boss. I think this boss is gonna be called the Swamp Lurker or something. Alright, Mushroom Monarch, let's do this. I think I overkilled. Oh, rip. Let me do that again. Like, what does this guy do? Oh. Whoa. Spike traps. Ugh. Oh. Truffle toad. Ooh. So this thing doesn't actually die, it just like hops away. Okay. What was that? This is the Inferno biome. A big like volcano-ish themed area. It's supposed to like have like not just fire themes but dragon themes. And you can enter the volcano. Like, how cool is that? Hello there. Whoa. Well, that just happened. But wait, there's more.
While making this, the community was surprised by an update bringing Classic AA to 1.4. But that's for another time.
And that pretty much covers AA from 2018 to mid-2026. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe. Thank you.